So welcome everybody. There are 21 people in this class, so people are going to be popping in. So I may have to stop and give some information, but we're going to go ahead and get started, okay? Yes, I want to tell you guys a little bit about myself before we go and get started. So by profession, I'm a life, business, and health coach. That's what I do for a living. So a lot of times I get calls from people talking about, how they want to go to the next level in life, or they want to address their finances, have a financial plan and different things like that. I help people all the way around to go to the next level in life. And I do everything from a biblical standpoint. So you're going to hear me reference the Bible throughout all that we do, because that's just what I do. Everything I teach, all of my coaching, everything that I do is through biblical principles, because I feel like those are the only principles that stick and stay and work. Okay. I'm also a Forex trader and trainer. I trade options. I do dividends to make sure I make money. I also have a tax preparation business. I also have a project management company. So I've been doing what I do for a long time now, and I'm passionate about helping people go to the next level and obtain the wealth that the Heavenly Father said we're supposed to have. So I don't just do this because it brings me money. I do this because I believe this is what the Heavenly Father wants me to do, to help people receive what they're supposed to receive in the earth. Okay, all the way around. I call it 360 coaching. So that is just a little bit about me. And in these sessions, what we're going to learn is a lot of information, but it's not going to be overwhelming, okay? So what I'm going to show you guys is, I want to share my screen, everything that you need to learn from A to Z when it comes to learning about cryptocurrency, okay? So do you see my screen right now?
Yep.
Okay. So this is a welcome to the course. I'm going to go ahead and put up my disclaimer that I am not a financial advisor. So this is not financial advice. What I'm doing is sharing with you information that will help you make sound decisions for yourself financially when it comes to cryptocurrency, okay? So I just want everyone to understand that. And we are going to sign a disclaimer when we go into our Canvas system, just to make sure everybody totally understands that. So are there any questions about that at all before we move forward?
No.
Okay, perfect. So let's start off. What we're going to learn in these courses, I'm going to move this over a little bit. What we're going to learn here in these 12 sessions, to have an understanding, to be able to separate what is fact and what is fiction when it comes to understanding what Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is, okay? We're going to learn about how this is all decentralized, and we're going to learn what decentralized means. We're going to learn about the blockchain. We're going to learn about crypto wallets. We're going to learn about even the fact that we have to pay taxes on this money once we pull it out from certain systems. And the reason why I want you guys to understand this, because in Proverbs 4:7, it says, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom in all thy getting, understanding. A lot of people will dive into something, investments, business, or whatever it is, and they don't have an understanding of it. They're doing it because someone else told them. But when someone else tells you something and you don't have an understanding, what happens is you always have to rely on them. And if it goes wrong, you didn't have a say about it at all. So what I want to make sure is that you have a complete understanding of why you should or should not invest in cryptocurrency, so that you can make your own sound decisions. So when somebody gives you what they call a tip, you can analyze that yourself and decide if it's the right thing for you, okay? So these are the pillars that we go over here. We talk about all about Bitcoin. We talk about the blockchain. We talk about where do you store your Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. And we also talk about Bitcoin mining or crypto mining, okay? Bitcoin and the word cryptocurrency are not necessarily synonymous, but Bitcoin was the first one. So you will hear a lot of times people say Bitcoin when they're referring to all of crypto, okay? Because there are several different types of cryptocurrencies, okay? So before we go any further, what I'm going to do is stop this screen share, and I'm going to share the screen about Canvas, how you guys get registered, and the different things you're going to look for when you go in to do your schoolwork. But before I do that, are there any questions before we go forward with this? Any questions at all?
Nope.
Okay, perfect. Let me pull up my screen and open up Canvas for you guys. And I'm going to actually open it in the student view so you can see it the way I see it. Well, you're gonna see it. Okay, I'm going to share my screen again. And do you guys see my screen now?
Yep.
And do you see the Canvas course here?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so we have people waiting in the waiting room that are coming in. Okay, so when you log into your Canvas course, this right here is the home screen, which is actually the same screen as the module screen. This is where it's going to list your work for the session that we're in. So this week we're in session 1. So your work from session 1 is here. You can come in here to access our link for our Zooms every day, every week. Okay, you see that? It's right here for you. And you can even download it here so that it can go into your calendar so it'll pop up as a reminder for you. Okay, if I push the next button, what it's going to do is take me to the next screen, which is the introduction where I just talked about myself, talked about what we're going to learn. And then it talks about your first assignment right there. It's highlighted. It wants you to tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, who you are, and also tell us why you decided to take this course. And you're going to go right here to this first reply button. Everybody click on the first reply button because other students are going to reply. Hey, Eric. Other students are going to reply, but you always want to reply to that first button. And when you click reply, what happens is it pops up for you to go ahead and type in here. Okay? This is worth 2.5 points in the overall 100 points of scoring of this course. Okay? It has a due date. And then it also has a due date for when you respond to one of your classmates, which is also required. So in order to get that 2.5 points, you have to post about yourself and respond to one of your classmates in order to get all of those points. Does everybody understand that part so far?
When you say respond to your classmates, what were you responding to them about?
So they're going to post just like you are, and you're going to come in and respond to their post. There's actually going to be a reply button right under their post that looks like this one. And you just choose one and reply to their post.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Just what they wrote, based off what they wrote about themselves.
Right. You're going to read what they wrote and just reply. Okay? Next, we're going to click the next button again. And now this is your homework. Your homework is going to outline what you have to do. There's a book that I always use with all of my coaching sessions, with all of my classes, called Outwitting the Devil. When I learned how to trade, my mentor had me read this book. It helps you with the mindset of trading. You have to understand, have the proper mindset when it comes to trading. And this book, this audio book, is going to help you with that. The next you're going to have to read in the Bitcoin Basics 101, pages 5, 6, and the first paragraph in page 7. Now, whenever it has something like this and you don't know where to find those materials, over here is the word files. I'm going to click on files. Click on materials. And you're going to see the book right here. Okay? You can click on the book right here and you can read it right here because it's going to pop up. And you also have the option to download it if you want to have a copy of it for yourself. Is that clear for everyone? Any questions?
Yeah.
Can you say that again?
Okay, so whenever you go, I'm going to go back to the modules. See right here, I'm clicking on modules so I could go back to where we were. And I'm going to click on homework to see where the homework is, what the homework is for this week. And if it tells you to read something or do something and you don't know where those materials are, you're going to go to where it says files. Click on files. Click on materials. And whatever material I just spoke about will be here. And you can simply click on it. You can read it from here, or you can download it and read it, on your computer. Okay?
All right.
Once you're done with that, you will go back to modules. Click on the homework again, and you can play around in the system so you can understand it's very simple. And it also has a tour in there. And then you can go finish the rest of your work. And here it says, research Ethereum, find out Ethereum's ticker symbol, total supply, all-time high, what issue does it solve, or what is it used for? Now, I'm going to discuss with you guys today how to find all that, so don't get concerned. Now, on your homework, you see here where it says start assignment? You click there to answer this, and you answer it right here, and you submit your assignment, okay? And I'll receive it. Every week, if we go back to modules, I'm going to leave it and save it. These classes will open up, and it tells you when it will unlock for the next session. It will unlock May 26th at 6 p.m. That's 1 hour before our lecture starts every week, okay? So each week is going to open up the next session, and all 12 sessions are here for you, okay? There are going to be more materials added as we go on for different things, but you can always check your materials photo for whatever you need. You also have a grade book, so you can see what your grades are after you submit your assignment. I'll be grading those weekly, so you guys can see what your grades are as it comes to the total part of the class. Y'all laughing because it's good, but this is school. You guys are paying to learn, okay?
Yeah, it's cool. That's for sure.
That's for sure.
I just don't want to reply to nobody.
I know. It's only one reply. I'm in school now because I'm going to school to be a naturopathic practitioner, like a doctor, and I have to reply to at least 2 people for every single assignment. But you guys only got to do 1, okay?
Well, don't make us reply to people because you got to reply to people.
You got to be interactive with the class. Now, one of the most important tabs I want you guys to look at is this tab called announcements. The announcements is going to have the different announcements from me to you guys about what's going on. Every Sunday, you should also see a review for the previous session, the previous lecture. It will also be in here. Now, you should be getting notifications daily of people replying to things and me sending out announcements. And if for any reason you're not, just come in here and check it, okay? But when you go to read an announcement, you click on the title of it. This says, welcome to the course. So you're going to click on welcome to the course. You're going to read what's there. And if it tells you to do anything, you're going to go ahead and do it. So here I want you to read, because this is talking about how I am not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. And you have to type in, I have read and understand and agree. So you can actually copy this, push reply and paste it like we have 2 students who already done it. Okay? And that's all you have to do for that. Most of the time, the announcements are not going to have anything at all for you to do. It's just information for you to read. This is the first announcement because we're talking about me not giving you financial advice. So it's important that you go ahead and read that and respond before going on with the rest of the class. Okay? Now, does anybody have any questions about this system at all?
And you say you can do this from your phone?
Yes. One of the things that I know is you can log in on your phone and use the system easily. And I believe there might even be an app. So that's kind of good if you're on the go like Martin is. You should be able to do it on the go. Okay?
So we have to wait and go back to our page to be able to fill this out.
Right. You have to log into your Canvas site and do the work. That's why I wanted you and your wife to be separate, because she can do hers and I can grade hers and I can also grade yours. Okay? So I'm going to stop screen sharing.
Teamwork make the dream.
Teamwork makes the dream work. That is correct. Okay. That is so true. So now we're going to get started with the class. Okay? We're going to do what I call a baseline assessment. Okay? This assessment here, can you guys see my screen? This assessment does not count towards your grade, and it is not a requirement for this course, okay? This is just a baseline assessment, and it's just to see or to tell you, provide you with a starting point to measure your progress as you go along. So it's 7 simple questions you're going to answer, and then it's going to let you see where you are, and then we can go from there so you can see your progress as we go about the class, okay? So I'm going to send this out in the Zoom. Now you guys are in the same Zoom, the couple here, the Whitfields, but we can go ahead and answer them. I'm going to launch this poll. Do you guys see it come up?
Yeah.
Now you guys can go ahead and answer these 7 questions. And then we're going to go over the answers once you guys are done. Hey, Bernard, I see you just came in.
Yes, I did.
Are you on you sound like you're on your phone. It's better to do this on a laptop or a tablet or computer.
Oh,
But I'll go over this
I'm not
stuff
next.
in a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. You guys go ahead and start answering those quizzes. I can see when your answers come in on my end. Don't be shy. Let's answer those questions. I see you guys smiling with unhappy joy.
You forgot a fifth answer for number 1.
What's the fifth answer?
I don't know.
Oh, now the answers are coming in. Hey, Lanita.
Hey.
Hey, you and Bernardo, I want you guys to make sure you watch the recording of this because we already went over the Canvas site
Okay.
and we're starting now in the actual training. So make sure you go over that. And if you have any questions, you can give me a call or, set up that 15-minute thing, which I'll go with everybody at the end of the course.
Okay. Got you.
But right now we're answering the poll. You should see it on your end. And Lanita, you should know most of these answers.
I was
No,
about to Google that. I was about to Google the answers, but God.
No
watching.
Googling, Sharice. This is to see what you already know.
Jesus is watching. Be quiet.
Okay, let me submit it.
Eric, how you doing, sir? Hey, Michelle. Dolores, because we have another Michelle.
Mine's
Sister
won't let
Dorothy,
me-
how are you?
I'm good, but it won't let me submit it. Oh, wait a minute, no wonder.
I don't think you have to push submit. It just needs you to answer your questions, doesn't it?
Oh, it has submit on there. Wait a minute, how many big people?
You have to submit at the end.
You have
though.
to submit it, but it's some more
Yeah.
questions as you go down. So that's maybe why why it's not.
That's why.
Mhm.
Hi, how you doing?
Hey, Tommy is on here. Tommy is my niece, and today is her birthday. Tell Tommy happy birthday.
Hey!
Thank you.
Happy
Thank you,
birthday.
everybody.
Tommy, we are doing the poll, so if you could go ahead and answer those questions, and I'm going to need you to watch the video because we've already gone over the Canvas system, okay?
Okay.
So go ahead and answer that. I'm going to give you guys about 5 minutes, and we should be able to finish this.
Yeah, that's what she said. Her niece is on there.
Tommy, that's Sister Cora's baby.
Oh, that's your baby, Cora.
Oh, she on here too?
No, Dorothy is.
Hi,
Oh,
Tommy.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good. I just
Happy
got off work. That's why I'm
birthday.
late. Thank you.
Today is Nyla's birthday too, my granddaughter.
Ooh, tell her happy birthday.
Okay.
Happy birthday to her.
How you guys doing on these questions? Rachel, how's it going?
I answered them.
Okay.
No,
How was it? You think you got them right?
no.
No? We shall see.
I'm trying to remember.
Why does time changed? And I didn't do anything to it.
Now, believe it or not, these sessions go by really quick. It only lasts 5 minutes to an hour. These are weekly sessions every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. I do give you guys like a 5-minute leeway, but please come in as soon as you can so that we can get started on time. And make sure all your assignments are turned in on time. That is very, very important.
Inside.
Who is that?
Is that LJ?
Yes.
I thought we had a meeting today, but I'll text you.
Elsie,
Yes.
I'm not gonna say those were educated guesses. I'm gonna say those were guesstimations, okay?
Well, we're gonna hope there are good guesstimations. Has everybody finished?
You can read my number 6 out loud.
Okay. Okay, everybody finished, so we're gonna go ahead and answer
No
these
volume.
questions. What is everybody? We
Can't hear
had.
you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me, Sister Dorothy?
Yeah, oh, I couldn't hear you.
Okay, here we go. So number one, it says, who created Bitcoin? The answer is Satoshi Nakamoto. Satoshi Nakamoto, okay. Now the thing about it is, we don't know if this is a person, a group of people, a company, we have no idea. It was done anonymously, but that is the name that we have to go along with it. So 80% of you got that right, it tells me, okay? The next question is, where do we store Bitcoin? The answer is a wallet. 87% of you got that right. It's a wallet. It is a crypto wallet, which we're going to talk about later on in our sessions. Then it says, what is a miner? Okay. Does anybody know?
I think I know.
I don't even know.
What do you think it is?
Is this somebody who used like a computer, the type of computer system to like mine for Bitcoin, which basically mean dig for it electronically?
No, what it does is it validates, it's the computer that validates and processes the blockchain transactions. So we're going to talk about how this is decentralized later on, but what it does is it verifies every single transaction, and the miners or the people, computers are doing that. It's not a person who has to run it. We just have to be connected to your computer, and what it does is it mines it. It's making sure that it's mining it, like paying attention to it, making sure that the transactions are validated and that it's processed on the blockchain properly, okay? Number 4 says, where can you buy cryptocurrency? The correct answer is all the above. 87% of you got that right. Okay, Phyllis looking like she didn't get that right. Phyllis, what did you answer?
I knew I got that right.
Okay. So you can do a private transaction on the exchange, and on the exchange is something like Coinbase, Gemini, Exodus. That's an exchange. You can also do it at Bitcoin ATMs. Now, if you're in Michigan, I actually know where one is. There's a Bitcoin ATM right off the freeway at Telegraph and 96, yes. In that gas station, they actually have a Bitcoin ATM, and you can find them in a lot of places these days, but I just happen to know where that one was because I got my car detailed over there and I saw it. So
At the gas station?
It's at the gas station, yes, sir.
Hold on,
It's a
lady.
Bitcoin ATM. So you guys want to check that out? You can check that out if you're in Michigan. The other question says, what is the blockchain? So you guys, I'm going to tell you what you guys guess. The blockchain, where is it at? 27% of you got it right. I'm sorry. 47% of you got it right. It is a distributed ledger on a peer-to-peer network. So this is once again decentralized, which means that there is no physical entity or person over it. We are our own banks. We are our own everything when it comes to cryptocurrency. So the blockchain is what, once we validate those things and it goes on the blockchain, it keeps track of it. So it's like a ledger that's keeping track of every transaction, and it cannot be changed. No one could go in and change that at all. Once it's done, it's done. So that's why you got to make sure when you send something somewhere or you're receiving it, that those addresses are correct. And we'll talk about that later as well. What is cold storage? 67% of you got it right. It is a private key not connected to the internet. Cold storage is offline. That's why it's so safe. So I have what they call a Ledger Nano, where I store my Bitcoin. I send it there and it's stored offline, so it can't be hacked, okay? But that's offline. That is cold storage. Hot storage is the ones that we have on our phone, like the Exodus, Coinbase, and all those, okay? Those are soft wallets. And cold storage is the hard wallet. And the last one says is how many Bitcoin can ever be created? 27% of you got that right, and the answer is 21 million. That's it. 21 million. That's going to help make the price go up, make sure everything is good, and we're not creating fiat Bitcoin, if you want to call it. So it's a really, really good thing, okay? So I'm going to end this poll right now. And all of you should have your, can you share your results? Does this show you your results on your end?
No, it does not.
Doesn't?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna push. You guys can see all the results. If you can see it.
Yes, I can see it.
There we go. Everybody, you can see what people.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
And I'm going to
That's
go
all
ahead
results.
and close this out, and we're going to go right back to our shared screen again. And we're going to continue with this lesson. The class is almost over. So let's go here. Screen number 2. There we go. And now today we're going to talk about what exactly is Bitcoin. Can anybody answer this question before I bring up what is Bitcoin? Anybody? Nobody wants to take a guess?
Cryptocurrency.
Bitcoin is a type of cryptocurrency. My mommy told me that.
Yeah, it is a type of cryptocurrency. That's correct.
It's a decentralized peer-to-peer digital currency.
Yeah, who was that? Michelle?
Yep.
So Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency that was invented in 2008 by an unknown person or group of people using the name Satoshi Nakamoto, okay? The definition for Bitcoin is Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency, a form of electronic money. It is a decentralized digital currency without is independent of banks, and it can be sent from user to user on a peer-to-peer Bitcoin blockchain network without the need for any intermediaries. So one thing I want to make sure you guys doing is you're taking notes, because even though this week it does not ask you for it, next week is going to ask you either for you to give notes to share with your classmates or to tell us about your aha moment. So make sure you're taking notes so you can keep notes so you can do your homework, okay? Now, the good thing about cryptocurrency and not just Bitcoin alone is it's not just a currency, and it's even more so than a currency. It is an asset. And I'm going to explain to you why I consider it an asset and why most people do. Cryptocurrency is not only currency that you spend, but it's one of those currencies that you don't want to spend per se. And it grows in value like a stock. Okay? So you have to think about it. The dollar in America is just worth $1 in America. And as you think about it, $1 in America is not even worth $1 in America anymore because it's fiat money. It's not backed by any kind of standard. But when you talk about Bitcoin, it grows in value. It goes up sometimes, it goes down sometimes. You guys have been paying attention to the news right now, you've seen it go down. But it's an asset because it can go up and down in value. And it can go quite high, and it's going to go quite high. So when you think about Bitcoin, don't have yourself focus on the fact that it's just a currency, because you don't want to think of it as I'm going out and buying a house with it. Even though you can do that because it is currency, you want to really think about it as an asset, something that you're holding on to that is going to raise in value. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. A little bit more about Bitcoin. Bitcoin works on decentralized platform. Now, this is the key to this whole thing of why it was created and all that kind of stuff. Decentralized means there's no government, there is no bank, there is no one person that is controlling this system. This system is controlled by what we call peer-to-peer, everybody, these nodes of computers. Those are the ones that are controlling this. And it's not necessarily a person. Like I said, there's a software that goes on your computer, and you can mine it yourself if you wanted to. And we'll talk about that later. But it's not controlled by anything, which means it's not a person can say, I'm going to give you this because you're this color or not this color, or because you own a business or don't own a business, or because you're rich or not. That has nothing at all to do with it. This puts us all on the same equal playing field when it comes to money and finances. There are going to be things called smart contracts, which means you will sign up to buy a car. And what happens is when you buy a car with a smart contract, the money will automatically be deducted. No one has to do anything once you sign those paperwork. It comes off your crypto. Everything is going to be totally different in the future because Bitcoin puts us all, or cryptocurrency puts us all on the same evil playing field. And that's because it's decentralized. Nothing matters anymore besides the fact that you have the money. That's all that matters. So it's a good thing. And like I say, nothing can be changed. The ledgers can't be changed. Once it happens, it happens. Nobody can tell you what to do with your money or not your money. But the thing about it is you have to keep track of your keys. Security is key when it comes to Bitcoin, because if you lose your private key, which we'll talk about later, you have lost your Bitcoin. So you want to be very, very careful. Bitcoin, yes, is real money. It's not physical, which means no one can walk up to you and say, I'm gonna give you $10 for a coin. It is what they call a non-fungible token, which means there's nothing you can hold in your hand. It is completely electronic, but you can take it anywhere. For the sake of me teaching these courses, last month when I was teaching which I'm still teaching the first course, I pulled off money to pay my mortgage. I pulled off some of my Bitcoin, and it was an instant thing. I sent it to my Bitcoin wallet in Cash App. I sent that money to my bank, and I paid my mortgage with it in less than 5 minutes. So the money, it was no bank or nobody between me. I did what I wanted to do with my money. Now, I wouldn't suggest anybody do that because I make more money have it sitting there as the money goes up than paying my bills with it. If you're gonna pay something, you wanna use your fiat money, your regular money. But because I wanted to show the class that it was real money, that's what I did. So like I say, I pulled the money out, put it in my bank, and I paid my mortgage. It is possible because this is real money. Everybody takes it, okay? The US paper dollar, like I told you before, is what we call fiat currency. It is not pegged to anything. It used to be backed by a gold standard. And I think it was Nixon who removed that gold standard, and it was supposed to be replaced, but it was supposed to go back to that standard, but it never did. So yeah, it says right here, Nixon, 1971. So what happens is, because it's not backed by anything, all this money that they're printing off for stimulus and all that stuff, it is lowering and lowering and lowering what's already not valued at a lower value. Okay, which means that it's going to cause something to happen in the economy. I don't want to say anything negative, but it will cause something to happen because there's a lot of fiat money going around. It's printed every day with no backing. So if you're going to buy something or do something, I would suggest, and one of the guys that I watched suggested, I think his name is Michael Saylor. He suggested that you use your fiat money to buy things because your fiat money is not going to grow in value. The dollar is not going to get any higher than what it is now. I think the dollar right now is valued at, believe it or not, at 73 cents. And it's going lower every day or every, I don't know how that works, every so many months. But you can go online and find that information. But you don't want to spend that because it's being devalued. You want to spend the fiat money, but you want to keep your crypto because it's always, always growing. Does that make sense to anybody? Anybody have any questions about that? Okay, so we're going to move on. The next thing is we're going to talk about the crypto of the day. Now, this is very, very important because this is a part of your homework. This is the information I want you to look for when you answer your homework about Ethereum. We're going to talk about the crypto of the day, which is Bitcoin. And we're going to talk about exactly what Bitcoin is. Bitcoin was launched in 2009. It's a cryptocurrency or asset, a form of electronic money. It is decentralized digital currency without an independent bank, and it can be sent from user to user on a peer-to-peer Bitcoin blockchain network without the need for intermediaries, okay? When you go to look up your coins, you're gonna have to go to that page for that coin and find this information. Who created it? Why was it created? That information I just gave you, whatever coin you get, I want you to find that type of information. I also want you to find the ticker. So the ticker for Bitcoin is BTC, okay? The total supply is 21 million. The all-time high hit at $63,729.50. Now, let's go back a little. At the end of last year, 2020, Bitcoin was only at 28,000. And before that, it was around, oh man, if I remember correctly, I want to say 13,000 or something like that. It wasn't that high, but it rose quickly. And then this year, just since December, it's gone up to 63,000. Now it's fluctuated, it's back down and up, it's pretty low right now. But that's where it's going, and it's headed this year to go to $100,000 for one coin, okay? The thing about Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency, you don't have to buy a whole one at one time. You can always be putting money into it if that's what you choose to do, so that you can get up to that. But the thing about it is, the more money you put in, the more money you get out. Because the more money you put in and the price rises, you'll see your money rising. So my daughter, I think it was, she had money sitting in her Bitcoin in her Cash App. And right now, Cash App is the cheapest place to purchase Bitcoin. Remember that. But she had some money sitting in her Cash App. And all of a sudden, how much money she had in there, she saw it rising. And that's because the price was going up just because she had it sitting there. So you want to remember to always, what I do is I have my money sitting in Bitcoin or cryptocurrency versus sitting in a bank, because my bank can only offer me about 0.1% annually as an increase interest on my money. I get at least 150% on my money having it sitting in crypto. So when you talk about where I have my money sitting, my savings and different things like that, it is sitting in crypto because I'm making money every day versus less than 1% at the end of the year, okay? Then you want to talk about the different prices throughout the years. You don't have to use these years. You can just choose a couple of years and just tell us the pricing, because I want to see that you guys are really researching it. And I want you to be able to tell me what issue does that coin or token solve, okay? Now, Bitcoin, what it solves is it allows everything to be anonymous. It's decentralized, nobody's over it. So this is money where it allows everybody to be on an equal playing field. Something like when you look up Ethereum, why is Ethereum important? Because if it's not important, why should you invest in it, right? You want to know why it's important. You want to know what the total supply is. You want to know what the highs and the lows are. This information is what you're going to use, and we talk about later when you're analyzing these coins to see if you actually need to get into them, okay? One coin that I really, really love, which we're going to talk about a little bit later on in our course, is called SafeMoon. I love SafeMoon because it answers the question that we have been having when it comes to the internet since the beginning of the internet, the inception of the internet. Almost every one of us can say we've been on the internet at one time or another and it was running slow. It was nothing we could do, we just running slow. Well, SafeMoon, what it does is it addresses that. What it does is when people are not using the internet, instead of just sitting with them in their space or with their whatever, they're going to transfer that to people who need it. And because they're doing that, it's going to make the internet run fast for everyone. Now, this is like ingenious. And the founders of this were the founders of YouTube. I think Sony, if I remember correctly, a lot of people who had a lot to do with technology, they came up with this. That's also a thing. You want to look at who the people are that invented it. Why is that important? Because you want to make sure somebody with experience who knows what they're doing. So when you do your homework, this is how I want to see the information. A small paragraph about what it's about, and then this information here about the ticker, the total supply, and things like that. A cool fact about Bitcoin is May 22nd is actually celebrated as Bitcoin Pizza Day. Can anybody tell me why that is considered Bitcoin Pizza Day? Who knows? Anybody at all?
Some guy bought pizza with his Bitcoin, and it ended up costing him like millions of dollars.
So a guy purchased a pizza for 10,000 Bitcoin. At that time, 10,000 Bitcoin was worth about $41. So he purchased Bitcoin. He paid 10,000 Bitcoin and purchased a pizza, which was the first purchase ever made with Bitcoin. And that happened on May 22nd, I think in 2010 it was. So they consider that Bitcoin Pizza Day. Now today, 10,000 Bitcoin would be worth, because I think Bitcoin today was at $35,000. Today, 10,000 Bitcoin would be worth $350 million. So if that gentleman had held that 10,000 Bitcoin, and I pray that he had more, he would have $350 million today. Now, when it hit its all-time high, he would have had $630 million. So you have to think about when you're getting these things, that's why we hold them. The coin that I just talked about to you guys a few minutes ago, which was called SafeMoon, right now SafeMoon is less than a penny. So I purchased about $500 worth of SafeMoon, and I have about 24 million SafeMoon. Now SafeMoon is slated to go high. Even if it goes to 15 cents, I'm going to have about $600,000 just for going about the 15 cents. So when we talk about these coins and we talk about the pricing and when to get in, I want you guys to think about all that and start to consider it, okay? Now, The person or the group of people who created the coin, we start with Satoshi Nakamoto, right? And a Satoshi is the smallest amount of Bitcoin a person can purchase, which is like 1/1,000,000th of one Bitcoin. It's like zero, I don't know how many zeros that, about 6 zeros, right? 6 or 7 zeros, and then the one. So it's less than, of course, $1 or cents or anything like that. But that's how far back a Satoshi is, which is the smallest form of a Bitcoin that you could purchase, okay? But the Bitcoin is the whole coin. Satoshis are what add up to make one coin. Just like we have the dollar and we have pennies that add up to make the dollar. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Any questions before we go on? Okay, no questions?
No, I got a question.
It's Satoshi.
Yeah, remember the person who created it was named Satoshi, or the group of people was Satoshi Nakamoto.
Right.
So the smallest form of that would be one Satoshi, which is like, I think it's like 7 zeros with a 1 at the end. Like I said, it's like having $1, all those pennies, 100 pennies equal $1. I think it's like 1,000,000 Satoshis equal 1 Bitcoin. Okay? Now, I always talk about in every course I do about mindset. And the reason why I'm so keen on mindset is because I'm a life coach. And if your mindset doesn't change, it doesn't matter what you're paying for this course or taking this course. If your mindset doesn't change, there's no way you can become successful at crypto or investments or whatever you want to call this, okay? So when we talk about mindset, we have to understand that our thoughts have a lot of power over our attitudes, what we get done, how we perceive the world around us, and even how we impact others. So it's really important to pay attention to what we think and how we think, okay? So for instance, I had a client one morning, she woke up and I get this emergency call because she said she's just having a bad day. Everything is going wrong. She tells me she gets into it with her coworkers, her boss wasn't happy. You know, she went to pay her workup, went to pay a bill, and for some reason she couldn't use her bank account. All these things were going wrong. And the first thing I asked her, of course, being a life coach, I said, what happened when you first got out of bed this morning? And she's like, what are you talking about? I said, tell me what happened when you first got out of bed this morning. She said, that was the start of everything. I hit my foot on my dresser. Now, right there, the rest of the day was a downward spiral because the first thing she said to me was, that was the start of my downward spiral. That's when my day started going wrong. Because she didn't think about it as I just bump my foot and keep going, she thought of it as the beginning of a downward spiral in her day. The rest of her day went wrong. Now, in between that, I'm sure a lot of things went right. But because she focused on the wrong, everything went wrong. So we have to remember that when we're studying all this stuff, what we think about this is going to matter in how well we do it, what we learn, how we receive it, and how we start to use the information that we're learning, okay, that we're gaining. So you have to be a positive thinker about what's going on. You do not want to just think, oh, this is hard. This is so much work. Why I have to do this? I got to look up this, because once you start to do that, you are automatically put your what you call it? I'm drawing a blank here, but you are sabotaging yourself. Mm-hmm. You are sabotaging yourself. Remember, no one else is controlling what happens in your life but you. There are a lot of factors that go around us. There are a lot of factors that goes on with you, but the decisions you make directly affect what happens to you. I tell everybody that I suffered for years from fibromyalgia, which means I had to be in the bed all the time. My sister was on the line. She had to give up her life for over a year, come down and take care of me. But I did not let it stop me. I did what I could. I started to learn about natural remedies. I did everything. I did not take the doctor's advice and just said I got to be on this medicine for the rest of my life. Today, I'm not on any medicine. I'm living my life. I own 3 businesses. I was able to build a house from the ground up about 9 years ago. Things are happening for me because I did not at the time just go along what was happening then. I decided to have the right mindset about this. The Heavenly Father told me all things are possible, and that's what I was going to believe. So I just had to figure out what to do so that I could have that possible come to me, okay? So when you think about all the stuff that you're learning, think about the fact that I'm learning this so that I can be whatever your reason for taking this course is, whether it's to be a successful investor, make a lot of money, get this money to start a business, whatever it is. Think about have a reason for doing it, and think about the right way. If you make a mistake or don't understand something, just realize that this is the opportunity to learn something that I did not know before. This is an opportunity to find out that, man, I just learned what not to do. Now I know not to do that again. Let me try something else. Never look at anything as bad, because believe it or not, the Bible tells us everything works together for our good. So if that's true, you need to find the good in that situation, even if it's, I just learned what not to do, okay? Proverbs 23:7, the beginning of that verse, it says, for as he thinketh in his heart, so he is. So if you think of yourself as someone who's going to be successful at this course, if you think of yourself someone who's going to be an expert at trading crypto when it's done, that's who you're going to be. But if you think anything else, you're going to be whatever you think. I think it was Ford who said, if you think you will, you will. If you think you won't, you won't. So it's all about you and what you think. So I want you to make sure that your thoughts are right about this, and you're gearing yourself to understand that I'm going to be a millionaire from this. I'm going to be whatever the reason you took this course, that is going to happen, and it will happen, okay? The next slide here is our homework. There's one thing missing off here. I did have a book for you to read. It's not on here, but it is in your coursework, so make sure you see that. That book, Outwitting the Devil, is a very important book because it addresses so many things about your mindset, okay? You're going to listen to that book and be like, that is me, oh my goodness. And you're going to start to make the changes that you need to make. Now, remember, it is a little creepy when you first start listening to the book, because the man is actually having an interview who thinks is the devil. And he goes through all these things, and I really want you to read the opening credits and listen to it, because they talk about how the guy and his wife were scared to publish the book, and it wasn't published after he died because of the things that he learned in this interview. But this is one of the most popular books out there today, and it has a lot to do with changing your mindset and understanding why you do the things you do, and maybe also understand why you should change, okay? The next part in here, number 2, is actually to read pages 5 through 7 of the Bitcoin Basics 101 book, so that you can understand what we talked about today. You're going to read through that information, and remember, take your notes from it. And then you're going to do the research on Ethereum, find out what does it solve, what the ticker price is, what was the all-time high, what were the prices a few years ago for it. And then if you want to, try and purchase some Bitcoin, okay? Go ahead and try and purchase some Bitcoin. I think I have a question here. Let me see if it'll come up on me. Okay. Try and purchase some Bitcoin. Now, the one thing I'm going to tell you about Bitcoin, if you have a Cash App, the Cash App has the lowest fees it is to buy Bitcoin. You can purchase Bitcoin in so many apps: Coinbase, Gemini, Exodus, but all these have higher fees than Cash App. So what I do is I purchase my Bitcoin in my Cash App, and I send it to whatever wallet I want to send it to, and then I purchase whatever coin I want to get. Remember, when you're sending money from one wallet to the next, you have to send it to the same exact coin. So if I purchase Bitcoin, I have to send Bitcoin to the other wallet, and in that wallet, I can exchange it. That's why those wallets are called exchanges. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah, I got a question.
Go ahead, sir.
I have Coinbase, which I have some Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then I also use Cash App and purchase some Bitcoin.
Now, I wouldn't let it sit in Cash App because Cash App is not secure at all.
Okay.
So I wouldn't let it sit there, but I would purchase it and send it to where you need to send it. One of the best wallets out there right now that is more anonymous than any other wallet that I can tell you about is one called Exodus. Just like in the Bible, Exodus. That wallet is totally anonymous, so you want to make sure you're keeping your private keys and everything, because that's the only thing that connects you to it. But I love that wallet. I have most of my stuff sitting there. Okay.
So you're saying Coinbase isn't that good?
Coinbase is a good wallet, but their fees are very, very high compared to anybody else. And depending on the time of day you trade, when it comes to Coinbase or even the Exodus wallet, the fees may even be higher. So just watch out for that. Sometimes it's better to trade early in the mornings or late at night. And that's just going to depend on what's happening in the market. And we will discuss that as we get later on into the wallet section.
I was going to say, because I haven't traded nothing. It just sit there.
I'm going to show you how to do it. Don't worry about it. I got you. Now,
I have a question too.
Go ahead.
So are you saying that we purchase or can purchase Bitcoin from Cash App and then to transfer it to a wallet?
Yes, you transfer it to whichever wallet you're using. I prefer Exodus wallet. I do have a Coinbase, but you want to purchase it in your Cash App because the fee in Cash App I think is like 1%, and Coinbase is like 3 point something. And you purchase it there, and then you're just going to send it to whichever wallet you want to sit in. And whenever you send it, it's going to still do the same thing, grow or whatever it's going to do.
Okay.
Okay.
So you know how when you send money through Cash App, you either need like a cash tag or a number. How does that work with the wallet and sending it?
Yes. So I can't go over that with you today in this session because this session is actually over. But I'm going to show you what you can do so I can walk you through it after the session. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So if you're looking at my screen, you will see my information to contact me. During business hours, that's to contact me. If it's an emergency, you guys, text me to this number, this 702 number, and I'll get it, okay? But most of the time, I don't have emergencies when I have teaching the Bitcoin course, but you never know. But there's right here, it says 15.coachessie.com. You can put that in any browser and set up a 15-minute appointment with me for free, and I will answer your questions. Now, I had one lady in my other class, she set up several of these appointments. So she will always set up at least 2 appointments at a time, back to back, so she could get 30 minutes with me. That's totally fine to do. But as far as helping you guys to purchase your first Bitcoin or show you how to send it, because I'm not going to do that in this lesson and you want to do it right away, set up one of these appointments with me, and then we'll meet in a Zoom and I'll show you how to do it. Now, it does say, I think when you said the 15 minutes, it's going to be a phone call. But what I'll do is I'll send you the link to my office and you can come in my virtual office and I'll show you how to do it. Okay? That's good for everybody?
That's good.
Okay, I'm going to stop the screen share now. And we are back in the classroom. Now, I want you to make sure that you guys, when we're done, go into the schoolwork, see what you have to do, address those assignments. One is due Friday and I think one is due, I think both are due Friday, and then the answer to the questions or your classmates is due Sunday. Are there any questions at all today before we end this session?
Yeah, didn't you say, is that an app? The what do you call that thing you just called it?
Exodus.
Yeah.
No, well, not Exodus, but the
Canvas?
Canvas. Is that an app?
It should be an app on your phone. Let me pull it up on mine really quick.
Because if I download the app on my phone, then what else am I supposed to do in order to get to the work?
Okay, so let me show you here. I'm gonna go back, share my screen again with you guys and show you how to do it. So once you guys have logged in, let me pull up my screen. Okay. Once you guys have logged in, and I'm gonna share this with you guys in the, go back. You log in here, but you go to the log in to the Canvas to actually log into your courses. If you have the app, it's just going to ask you for your login information, okay? I'm going to get this link for you right now and share it in the chat. But you're going to log into Canvas, and like I said, I'm going to get that link for you right now. And you want to save that link on your screens, okay? Let me stop this share and get that for you and place it in the chat. And I have it right here on my screen. Any other questions while I'm getting this link for you guys?
So is it called Canvas Student?
It should be. I believe so.
Yeah, that's what it says.
And then, does it have a little red symbol, circle kind of thingy?
Yeah, because it's a couple of them.
You want the Canvas Student, I believe. Let me pull it up. And I just, it shared the wrong link. Hold on, people. Copy, hyperlink. Paste. Okay, there we go. That's your link. It's in the chat, you guys. And you want to save that on your computer screens. I'm going to pull up this app for you really quickly. Now, good thing about the Exodus wallet is it is on, you want the Canvas Student. The Exodus wallet, say it again.
That's the one, it has the little red dots, right?
Yes, it says Canvas Student, yep.
Okay.
Now, the good thing about the Exodus wallet is it can be on your phone and on your laptop. So I like that a lot. You can sync it and do everything. Make sure when you sign up for Exodus, if you decide to, that you do all the security set features that it's telling you to do so you can secure your crypto that you're purchasing. Like I said, if you have any questions, set up a 15, and that's just 15.coachetsy.com. There's no www needed. Don't put a www. It's just 15.coachetsy.com, and you can set up that appointment with me. And remember, we meet again next week. So what was the aha moment for you guys today?
Work.
All that work you talking about we gotta do. And then you say, I gotta reply to people.
Only one person.
My aha moment was to let my savings sit, in the put my savings in the crypto.
Yes, to me that is key. There's actually
That makes so much sense.
Yeah, there's actually a bank called Outlet. It's a new bank, but it's a crypto bank. It's backed by crypto. So what happens in a regular bank is in the mornings they get up and they trade your money and they give you that small percentage and they keep the rest of the money. And the rest of the money they keep is the money they give us back as loans. So you're actually getting a loan of your own money that you're paying interest on, but they trade it in the market. That's what Forex is, okay? This bank called Outlet, which I'll send you guys a link to next week, it is backed by crypto. So the percentage on return on this bank is actually 9% versus that 0.1%. But if you think about it, I would rather have my money just sitting in crypto outside of that bank, because if I sit my money in crypto, it is going to go up. That is just, it's going to go, depending especially what coins I put in, I'm almost set to make profit. Those people who had their money sitting in Bitcoin when it went from 28,000 to 63,000 made all that money. And the thing about it is, you can take out your initial investment once you get it and have it in a sense and have it, the money sitting there. I wouldn't, because that coin is going up. I'm just going to let it sit. I'm not taking that now. But I mean, you can think about, they said, I just want to get my money out and do something else with it. They could do that. So you want to make sure that you are paying attention to that and putting your money where it's going to give you a return versus just sitting somewhere where other people are benefiting and not you. The second thing is, I had one of our classmates sent me and once I'm done, we can get off. She sent me an article today about the prices of Bitcoin right now because it's dropping. One of the things that you have to understand about being any type of trader, whether it's Forex, Bitcoin, or stocks, when something drops in price, it's normally because something happened in the market, which means somebody says something happened to that company or whatever it is. But most of the time, the company is going to bounce back. So it's not a time to get out. It's a time to buy more, okay? The lower you buy something, the more you make when it goes back up. Say that again.
Right. I was reading something. It was saying that the reason why it went down is a lot of inexperienced people bidding or something.
So what happens is right now, there are a few things happening. We had Elon Musk saying some crazy stuff about how it's messing up the environment. We have the people in China who are trying to do fraud with it. So when China, they're trying to crack down on how they use it. And then we have people who see the fluctuation in price, thinking that it's going down low, I need to get out. But you have to understand that this happens periodically. And what it's called is called stabilizing the market, okay? So in 2000, I think it was 18, it was actually Bitcoin was around $20,000. And then it went all the way back down to about $3,000 or $1,000. And then it worked its way back up to where it is now. That's going to happen over and over again as time goes on, because it's called stabilizing the market. The people who are getting on or getting into Bitcoin who realize it's a good thing are always going to stay. But the weak are going to get out. And when the weak get out, it sets a new high in a sense where it keeps going up like this, but it has to stabilize. So you'll see it come back down once all those people made some money and get out. And then you'll see it stabilize there. And then it will never go lower than that again. Then it'll keep going up and up and up. Okay. So even with it going low right now, you may not see it get any lower than around 28,000 or so. But once it does, you're going to see it go up. So by the end of this year, you'll probably see it go back up to $100,000. So if you get it as it's going down low, you're making whatever that difference is. So that's why you buy low so you can get a high return. Yes, that's Dorothy.
Oh, I read that in the stock market, when a lot of people rush to buy a certain amount of stock, there's a lot of people, and then because a lot of people buying that one stock, it goes down.
No, what happens is because there are a lot of people are buying it, it goes up. But when it goes up, people think I'm making money and they take it out.
Right.
That's why you see the price go up and then you see it come down.
Right.
But the people who don't get out because they understand how it works are the ones that are stabilizing it. Right. So that's why you buy more when that happens. The people who stay in it, they buy more. They don't get out. People who understand how investment works, they buy more. And those are the people who push it up where it stays up versus the people who got in for something. So for instance, McDonald's just had a new chicken sandwich come out about a month or so ago. When I saw that in the news, first thing that hit my mind was this is a money-making opportunity. I'm not going to get in McDonald's for the long haul, but I can get in it to make some profits really quick for a couple of weeks while everybody's trying the sandwich, because it doesn't matter if the sandwich is good or bad. It's new. People are going to rush out just to try it. I know I did. I went and bought some, brought home the family that we taste, compared it to other sandwiches out there that are already out. And the stock went up, of course, in price. But it probably didn't stay up because of what? People texting like, it's okay. So it may have gone back down, but I believe the McDonald's, it went up and it kind of is lingering around there because people thought the sandwich was good. So you have to understand that when you hear things in the news, now it's going to translate to you as money and not just information you're receiving. It's not just going to be news anymore. It's going to be money to you. So when you hear different things, you're going to say, oh man, I need to get in on that real quick. Certain things you're going to get in for the long haul. Certain things you're going to get in and get out just to make a quick profit.
One question about the wallet.
Say it again now.
I said one question about the wallet.
Okay, go ahead.
When you take your money out of crypto and put it in a wallet, do your money just sit there, or do it go up and down like it does on a Cash App?
So you're transferring it from one wallet to the next, or one exchange to the next. So no matter where you put it, it's always rising, because whatever the price is, it is, no matter where it's sitting.
Oh, okay. That's what I wanted to know, because I said if you take it out and it just sits there.
The only way you can take it out and not have it anymore is to spend it.
Oh, okay. But I don't have to worry about if I take it out, it's not going to go up or down anymore.
No. It can't happen because you're always moving it from one place to the next. So it's always on the exchange. It's always on the blockchain.
Oh, okay.
So it's always moving. It's always fluctuating.
Okay.
Martin, you had a question?
Yeah, it says, what's your school's name? What am I supposed to put in that box?
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to put anything in that box.
I don't?
Nope.
I got a question.
How do I get to the? I downloaded it on my phone.
I'm going to do it on mine too, so I can tell you. One second.
Me too. I was going to ask the same question.
And then it says, what's your school's name?
Yeah.
I'm going to download it for you right now, and I'll tell you.
Okay.
Hey, I got a question for you.
Hey, Eric.
Can I get off of this so I can cut my grass?
Of course, Eric. Eric takes very good care of his grass.
I want you to come out. I want you to come out here with the spotlight because it's about to get dark and you still talking. So yeah, and turn the headlights on your car so I can see where I'm cutting.
I got you, Eric. I got you.
All right.
You have to make sure you watch the replay.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
So I'm going into this app right now and find your school. So when
I gotta go. Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah, remember you have the replay.
I'll see you guys next week. I'll call you if I need help with something. Okay.
Okay, perfect.
If I can figure out how to get out of here.
Uh-oh. Just hit leave.
I didn't see it.
I'm trying to find this guys for you because I haven't used this app. So
Barcode Canvas Network.
I'm not sure, you guys. To be honest, I've never used this app before. I'm going to research this to you and I'll put it in the announcements and give you step-by-steps on how to do that.
I just gave you a homework assignment.
You gave me a homework assignment.
Can you tell me what the site was for the Ledger Nano?
I'll give you a link for it. Here, let me do that right now.
Is it true it takes a long time for it to come?
No, it does not actually. I think I got mine in about a week. It wasn't that long at all.
Okay.
It does come from another country, but it didn't take that long.
All right, I gotta go, so I got to get to work by 9.
Okay, you guys enjoy yourselves. I'll see you next week. And then if you need to reach me for some reason you can't reach me, there's a place in the school system where you can reach me. Put a message and I'll reply to it there as well.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to put this link on my desktop, some kind of way. I'm probably gonna have to give you a call.
Okay, yep, just call me. I'll be here.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Peace out, y'all.
See you.
Right. We leaving out.
Okay, I'm putting the link to the Ledger Nano.
Yeah.
It's the hardware that I use to keep my crypto.
Yeah.
And I just put that in there for you guys if you guys want to get it and purchase a Ledger Nano.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Like I said, I'm going to figure out this app for you guys and get you guys all set up for that.
All right. Thank you.
You guys good? Have one Friday. Look out for the recording so you can go over it.
All right. All right. Thank you.
See you guys.
See you.
Bye-bye.
See you.
Bye.